Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and today we're here to talk about Facebook and Google Ads. And I'm glad you're here because we actually got some new information the past couple weeks. And whenever you get on these live calls, you're going to hear about it. And this is actually pretty exciting. I just learned this myself, and we'll get into it pretty quickly here. Listings to Leads is a real estate advertising platform. It's designed to help realtors grow their business. We do that with a lot of tools that are designed to capture leads. We also have a lot of tools designed to help you engage and convert those leads. If you scroll down our website, you'll notice that we have listing marketing, social media, post emails, print tools, and tools. But for you, you've got your branding covered. If you're from a large franchise, you've got your logo, you've got your headshots. What you don't have is lead capture. Tools that we design here is designed to capture leads. So you can sign up. Get access to almost everything here I'm going to show you. And one thing that we hear initially from a lot of our clients is there's so much I don't know where to start. And I think that's a reasonable thing to say because we're really here as a company to be valuable to our clients. And listings, there are times where they don't have listings. So they're sitting there wondering what's going to go on. So we create and we interact with many of the top social media platforms. We interact and drop leads into our clients' CRMs, and we work in email, we work in print, we're mobile optimized. So there's a lot that we do. And because of that, it gets more complicated. There's more things to do. I do think that Facebook is the number one place where you need to be focused on if you're a new client with us. Like running ads on Facebook is critical. I'll show you why in a minute. I'm on the marketing calendar, which is the first tab. And before we dive into it, I want to point out some resources to you. We have a great YouTube channel. We have live webinars, usually, I want to say 2 or 3 times every week, we have live webinars. We have our own Instagram channel. There's some good content there. And then we have our Facebook mastermind group. And you should be following all of these, right? Now, if you don't have time for our live classes, they're all recorded and they're on this YouTube channel. So you sign up for live classes here on leadgenwebinars.com. Okay. And today is Facebook and Google, but you'll see that we have other classes we do, like I said, every week. Every class, including this one, is recorded. And we put those recordings on this channel on YouTube. And I definitely recommend that every one of our clients gets to this page right here and checks out the first 3 or 4 rows of content, which is a lot of information. And Lord knows, agents don't want to be watching videos. But here's the thing. Our platform has helped agents double and triple their business. We've helped an agent in 7 years go from a 2-year rookie to a team of 25 agents being the top agent in an office of 1,000. There's a lot of success stories with our clients, but those success stories only come from the agents who take the time to invest in learning how to leverage this platform. Everything we do is designed to capture buyer leads or seller leads or both. But are you using them? Do you know how to use them effectively? That's the point of this class. But this page here has a lot of information. And you should definitely, if you're new to us, or even if you're not new to us, be learning how to leverage more of the platform. Now, we also have a great mastermind group. It's a private group in Facebook. If you're a client, as I mentioned, you can join that right over here by clicking join the group. There's great information. We'll probably come back here and look at some things here because we do definitely have feedback from our clients about Facebook ads and even Google ads. So that's just some of the resources here to help you get your arms around listings leads. There's also a support page down here on the left, our support page. Our support team, the whole team watches that and they respond very quickly. So I definitely recommend that. Between these resources that are online and our team over here, you've got a lot of ways to help you learn how to unlock the value for your business. So before we go into the nuts and bolts of how to run ads, I am going to share with you this kind of new information that we got. And let me ask, for the people that are on the call, have all of you run Facebook ads? And just a yes or no is going to help me out here, because how fast I go and how slow I go is really going to be related to that answer. And before I show you how to run an ad, I want to talk about Facebook and Google first. Google is the number one website in the country. Okay. Number one. Not many agents run ads on it. If you go to Google to try to run an ad inside the Google ad platform, it's ugly. I've done it myself. It's just really a hideous way. You have to know a lot. It's not all there. Like, it's not all there in that page. You have to go gather other information to run an ad on Google. You got to know your keywords. There's just a lot there. And so I think that's why Google Ads is one of those awesome ways that realtors get ripped off. There's a lot of ways that realtors get scammed, and that's not the point of this class. One of them is SEO, because I heard that story of people paying an annual contract on SEO, and then you can never find the person. And SEO changes from Google all the time. So if it's not refreshed, it's just not working. So that's one. But also just running ads on Google, because it's such a pain. You're going to be pleased to see that on our site, you can run an ad on Google in 2 clicks. There's a reason why you want to run an ad on Google. It is the number one website for a reason. This is the place, as you were looking at Google right here, there's really only one thing to do here. Ask your question, right? And that could be, hey, where's a good martini in town? Where can I get a good steak in New York City? Where's a hotel in Hawaii? Or what is it going to cost to sell my home? How do I sell my home? Any question related to real estate, you're going to type that in that box. And if you got the right keywords, you're going to end up as a result on page 1 of Google. And that's where you want to be. And if it's one of our tools, when they click on that result, there's lead capture there. So to be effective on Google it's actually really important for every business and every industry, and definitely real estate. Now, what's different though, the number 3 website in the country is Facebook. Okay. And it's got a different value prop, right? It's because American adults, not American teenagers, spend 40 minutes every day scrolling through this news feed that we're looking at right here. And right here, you can see I've got an ad for dog food or something, right? Now I have a dog, and maybe they heard me talking about my dog. I don't know. But if you scroll through this page, you're going to see all your friends doing whatever. You're going to see whatever nonsense you follow. But you're going to see ads about every 4th or 5th time. And if your ad is something that's related to me, like maybe you've got an open house, or maybe you're offering a free home value or something like that, I might be interested in that, right? And then I would click on it and boom, we got some lead capture going. So the big difference from Facebook and from Google is 86% of all questions are asked right here. And the lead cost is way higher. It's sometimes 3 to 4 times as high as the lead cost on Facebook. Okay. And since I'm talking about lead cost, let's talk about what does that actually mean. So let's go over here. And if we click on creating ads, we're on the ads page here. You can see we can create ads for Facebook and we can create ads for Google. So when you click on Facebook, you can create a listing ad, a landing page ad, or PDF guide ad. And if we do a listing ad, and let's do one on a property that's for sale or open house, you're going to get buyer leads. You're leaving on lead ads always. If there's an option, put it back on lead ads. This means that your leads are pre-populated. Whoever clicks on the ad, there's going to be a form that pops up. And it's going to have their name, phone number, and email auto-populated from their profile. So let me explain that. Now, you don't have to do this when you're running an ad. I'm just doing this for education purposes. When somebody sees the ad and they click on it, this window pops up. What's your time frame to sell or time frame to buy? And once they answer that, this information is there. It's the contact information. It's full name, email, and phone number. But the difference is when it pops up, whoever clicked that button, their name, phone number, and email is auto-populated from their profile. And if you've ever been kicked out of Facebook because they just want to check your security, if you don't have your name or your email and phone number in there, you're not going to get back in your account. So this lead information is very accurate, right? It's not a lot of bogus leads. It's definitely not Disney at mickeymouse.com kind of thing. So that's why our clients love our Facebook ad software. So to run this ad, you don't need to click on advanced options. This home is open house. You might say it's in Danville. You might say if you want to put something like this, you can. Great schools. So you can customize that a little bit. You don't want to get too wordy here. I see agents do that every once in a while. But one thing that you also can do is, if you're in some of the southern states that have had really great price appreciation and now are dealing with great inventory appreciation, you might want to market your homes in other cities or states. I was just following what's happening in Florida. A lot of inventory. I'm just talking to an agent who's down in Miami. She's, yeah, we can't all these things. And with this software, she's re-signing because she can actually run ads in Colombia, in South America, and in New York. And people in those areas want to buy these homes, right? They're in Miami. So, of course. So being able to target other cities with your homes, and you may not be in Miami, you might be like in Lake Tahoe, which is a couple hours north of me. Beautiful lake, nice homes. People they want to move out of the big cities down here in the flatlands. And so you could target your home that's for sale up there 200 miles away and say, hey, I want people in that city to see that. So targeting in other cities is really smart. Another thing to customize this is you can click change image/video and you can make this a carousel ad. And a carousel ad is cool because it's not just one photo. You're using multiple photos. And so let's do that real quick and see what that's. You can insert 5 images and you can see here that now a person can click through and learn more about the house. And ideally that's going to help you get more of a lead. So that's always been the case. But remember when we started the call, I said, I'm going to teach you something new that we've learned. This has to do with lead cost, right? So what we're looking at here is an ad. Whenever you have an ad from us that's designed to capture buyer leads, the cost is $35. Okay. You can see your lifetime budget, $35 because and the time span is 7 days. So it's basically $5 a day. Here's what you need to know. When you're running an ad on a home that's for sale or just listed or open house, these are buyer leads, and buyer leads cost on average $3 a lead from Facebook. So if Facebook is charging you $3 a lead, you would expect 11 leads, right? You divide 3 into 35. If you run an ad on a property that's sold, and let's go do that real quick. Now the sold ad, it's just as easy to make an ad for sold as it is for open house or just listed. It's just that the status has changed. And when you change the status, we change the message, right? It says, hey, that's not the right property. Sorry. I think it remembered what I did there. Yeah, let's go here. Listing ad. Yeah, and let's go sold lead ad. And sorry about the sniffles. It's just bad allergy season over here. So this is sold. You do it the same exact way, but it says that home is sold. That affects your home value. Click here for your home value. So we're getting listing leads now. And you really don't have to do anything to this. If you want, you can click in here and say, yeah, we got multiple offers. We sold with 10K above asking. We've got 7 people still looking, right? That might make people click on this ad a little bit more. But because it's for seller leads, Facebook charges more per lead. For a sold ad, they often charge $7 a lead. So if you divide 7 into 50, you would expect 7 leads. Okay. And that's the basics, right? If you run an ad I'll show you the others, but I want to explain. When you run an ad, you can see how many people are looking at it. You can see how many leads because it's going to tell you how many leads. This is a demo account, so I'll show you. But you see here, it says the cost per lead CPL is $5.39 and here it's $6.28. If the average is $3, and I don't know where you guys are sitting, your cost per lead might be less, or it might be more on average. But in the United States, it's average $3, right? So if you're running ads and you're realizing, like, hey, these leads are costing too much. Here it's $3. Here it's $5.90, right? So if it's $5.90 a lead, maybe I'm going to just turn it off. And this is the new information that we have. There are times when you're running an ad and you'll see that you're getting leads for very cheap. It's weird. I don't quite know how it happens, but it happens fairly frequently. Like this one is 303. So if I'm over here, it's saying it's $2.12 a lead per lead. If you see that, you can click edit on your lead and you can increase the budget, right? So if you're running an ad and Facebook is charging you $10 a lead, you might want to stop the ad, right? You just turn it off with a radio button. But if it's working out and you're getting leads at $2 a lead, you can go here and say, hey, I'm going to expand that budget to 100, and I'm going to expand my dates to a week or two, right? I'm going to make it even longer so I can get more $2 leads with name, email, and phone number. I hope you understand what I'm saying there, because when you run an ad in Facebook, when we say it's the average cost is for a buyer lead $3, it actually is never the same. Sometimes if you run a lot of ads, you'll know this. The cost per lead is different on every ad that you run. So you want to kind of watch that. Come over here and you can see what's going on in the first few days and make a decision. Hey, I need to turn this off because they're charging me $12 a lead, which we see happen. Or I wanted to extend it because I'm getting really low cost leads. So let's talk about PDF guides. I hope you understand what I was talking about there. That's actually really a new thing that we learned, and it's very effective. It's very effective to manage your cost per lead and keep it down. So let's run a PDF guide ad, right? So you have listings, you have landing pages, and you have PDF guides. And here's one: 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home. Lead ads means the lead is pre-populated with name, email, and phone number, and that's why you want to use it. Okay. So you can just type here. I'm going to type in Walnut Creek, and that's a city right over here by me. And it's a 15-mile radius, and that's okay because I do business in the 15-mile radius, so that's cool. You can't make it any tighter. You can make it wider. But when you run a PDF guide ad, the average cost of a seller lead, if you're running any of the 40 PDF guides for homeowners, the average cost is $10 a lead. Okay. When you run an ad, just to remind you, for a home that's for sale, getting buyer leads, those leads cost $3. When you run an ad on a home that is sold, that's a seller lead, those leads cost $7. This is all averages. And here, a PDF guide for homeowners is about $10 a lead. And again, if they charge you $25 a lead, which I have seen, stop that ad. If they start charging you $5, $6, or $7 a lead, extend that ad, right? Add some budget, get more low cost leads. Just to be clear, dollar per dollar, running ads with a listing is the cheapest way to get a lead from Facebook, whether it's just listed open house for buyers or pending or sold for sellers. There are landing pages. This is what we're doing right here. And you can run that. If you don't have any listings at all in your account, you can't borrow any, you can go ahead and use one of these. It's just the lead cost is high. And let's go back and let's talk about landing page ads, right? Because there are landing pages that we give you automatically, and there are also unlimited landing pages. So I have one here for Walnut Creek, and I'm going to click create an ad. And here's where there's a weird thing that happens. You'll see that in some places in our platform, it allows you to run an ad where it's driving traffic, okay? And traffic ads, I really don't recommend. I always recommend using lead ads. So this is for a small town called Walnut Creek, California. Okay. And this is a town not far from me. And this little thing, there's a fountain. This is like the #1 mall. It's an outdoor mall. It's a major shopping hub. Everybody knows what this is. So, if you have a picture of your main street or some major icon in your area, that's what you want to put on your landing page over here when you're creating a landing page, and then you run an ad. Now we're doing a $50 ad because this is designed to capture seller leads. And so we put the budget at 50 instead of 35 for buyer leads. But here's the thing about this. You remember how I said you could run an ad on a home that's sold and those leads cost about $7 each? When you run an ad like this on like a home valuation landing page, these leads cost about $15 each. Okay. So if you're running a $50 ad with this kind of landing page, expect 3 leads. If you run an ad on a sold property, you expect 7 leads for the same $50. Still 7-day ad. That's how it works. Now, I want to take a pause here and talk a little bit about one of the ways how that will not work, how that ad I'm showing you will not work. And the way to show you is to show you the reality of where Walnut Creek sits, right? Now, I don't know where all you guys are sitting. I don't have any idea. You might be in a very dense area like I am, or you might be in a kind of a rural area where the next town is 30 miles away. But I'm right here, and Walnut Creek is right here in the center of this. And a 15-mile radius, it's a little bit tighter than that. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just say it's actually bigger than this. But this picture that we're looking at on this map, that center there is Walnut Creek. There's about 33,000 people there. But this ad has a 15-mile radius. And that means, I don't know, 1 or 2 million people who don't live in Walnut Creek are going to see this ad. Okay. That makes this ad ineffective because the people who live in Walnut Creek don't even see it. A few see it, but it's being shown all over the county here. So that's a problem. And that gets us into a discussion of kind of farm marketing, but also just if you want that ad to work, if you want more listings, you need to hear this story that I'm going to tell you now. So there are companies out there, redx.com, Remine, like List Source, which is owned by CoreLogics, and Cole Resource and Vulcan 7, that sell you a list of homeowners with more than 5 years equity. And that's an important list to have. You need to have their name, email, and phone number and mailing address. Okay. So if your company, because I was just talking to an agent who said, oh yeah, Remine's part of our MLS, but we never get phone numbers. I said, well, that's problematic because you want those phone numbers, and I'll show you why. So let's say that you have a list, and that list needs to be a minimum of 1,000 contacts long. Okay. So we have clients, I know I have a team we work with in Dallas. They have 3 lists of 10,000 homeowners each, right? They've all had a home for more than 5 years, and they use that in their marketing. They use it with our print. They have it in their CRM, and they use our e-flyers to blast. But they also took that list right over here to, let's look at it here on ads, to our ad page, and they created an audience. And it was called Dallas Homeowners, right? Now, you call it whatever you want. It has to be minimum 1,000 leads. You upload it and you import it. It will live inside of your Facebook ad manager, okay? It won't live on listings to leads. We don't need it. But it needs to look like this: email, phone number, first name, last name. It needs to be in that order. It needs to have those headings, and it doesn't need any more data than that. Excuse me. This is really important if you are trying to stay in this industry and have a serious listing business. Because if you have a list of homeowners and you're able to target them instead of doing a 15-mile radius ad, now you're in great shape. So I'll show you where you would do that. We'll do the same kind of ad. It's really only critical for this kind of ad, which is a home valuation page designed for a particular town, right? And instead of typing in an area like Walnut Creek, you can hit right here and connect your custom audience. So let's say it said Walnut Creek homeowners. You just type it in there. It's going to show up like a blue box. And that tells Facebook, hit the people on that list. Okay. And since you bought that list from one of these great companies or Arch Agent, these people have equity, right? So you definitely want to make sure you got name, email, and phone number. Excuse me. You can then mail other tools. And we've got a lot of e-flyers. You can hit those people to really build up your brand with those people. But running ads on Facebook is very smart and very fast to do, right? Just as a reminder, these leads cost about $15 each. And as I said, on Facebook, you can run ads for landing pages and just any landing page, right? You can run ads on PDF guides. I will say this, they're not always so effective. And I'm going to show you one of the number one least effective ads that our clients do. Because our clients, most of the time, want listings. So they come over here and they say, I want to create a landing page ad. And you know what they do? They actually come over here first. And they see the number one landing page that we've created for you. It's this one right here called Free Home Values. And they've seen this. They click, oh yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this on the internet. And you just think, I want to just lob that out on Facebook and get some leads. And so you would go, okay, let's click on marketing tools. And that's going to take us to a different way to do the same thing. Let's do a Facebook ad, right? And here's where it says traffic. This is where you want to change it to lead ads. And now you got to type in a location. And that location could be Walnut Creek. The problem with this, and this is a problem with a lot of our clients, like that picture is not, well, it doesn't look like anything like Walnut Creek. I don't know any neighborhood like that looks like that, but it gets close, like suburban homes. But if that picture doesn't look like your area, you need to change that before you use it. And most clients don't. They're just like, oh, I could run an ad. Awesome. I'm going to just do that, right? Marketing tools, Facebook ad, click, gone. And then they come in the mastermind group and go, oh, I've spent some money and I didn't get anything. And they might be sitting like in a place that this doesn't look anything like their home. And what they're asking for is, hey, can I have all your contact information and your address? That's what this thing is all about. You need to have some sort of trust in your market, right? You're not actually you're not shaking hands with anybody asking for, if I can give you your free home value. You're literally, you might be using a print flyer, you might be using a door hanger, you might be using a Facebook ad or a Google ad, and nobody knows you. And that's why you got to make this thing look like their neighborhood where they're going to know. This is Glendale. This is a big old mall in Glendale, right? This is for Folsom. This is a really beautiful bridge in the middle of Folsom. And there's this beautiful river that comes through it. If you're in Folsom, you know this bridge, right? And you want to think of what are the landmarks that people are going to know. This is a small town next to Walnut Creek. And this is the new mall. There's a theater. There's only one theater in this town. That's it right there. And everybody knows there's a bunch of restaurants here. So something that everybody's going to know is what you want to make sure you're doing. And many agents don't bother. One, they don't bother taking a class like this. They're just like, well, I'm going to click in. I'll just go run an ad. And it's so easy. I'm going to do that. And I might not have any success, but I can go and cry about it later on. We don't actually want to help our clients waste money or time. That's why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Make sure that the background picture looks like you're going to have better results. If you go looking super generic in an area where that is not even relevant, you might have zero results. We see that happen all the time. And so I really want to make sure you understand that. There are other landing pages you can create. There are templated landing pages for iBuyers, for FSBOs, for expireds. And I've talked to people, I remember, this week about expireds and canceled, right? So you could create a custom audience inside of Facebook, but it has to be 1,000 leads long. You just got to make sure that can you add the new people to it. In FSBOs, I don't even recommend I recommend creating a FSBO landing page. I don't recommend using a Facebook ad, but you know what? There are times where people prove me wrong, right? For instance, I have for years told our clients, don't create a landing page for home values that is county-wide. There are a lot of big counties, Broward County and all these counties around the country. And the agents are like, I work in all these areas. I want to run this. And I always tell people, don't do that because like I live in Lafayette in Contra Costa County. And the Contra Costa is almost the whole county is sitting in this deal here. And the price ranges from 300,000 to 10 million easily. So I'm not going to respond to the person that is telling me, oh, I know everything about the whole county. I'm going to respond to the local expert of my town. Who's the guy who sold the most and who's talking to me about my city? Because that's where I live and that's where I'm selling my home. That being said, one of our clients continually gets a lot of leads by doing just that, has one big county page. So you can create that. Excuse me. I don't recommend it, but test it out. That A/B testing always is going to show you what's the right way to go. So when it comes to creating ads, you can create ads on your custom landing pages, on any of our templated landing pages. You can create ads for any of the PDF guides. You can do that with Facebook and with Google. But let's talk about Google a little bit. Google is a place where you want to think about getting more listings, not getting buyers. If you want buyers, run an ad on a home that's for sale or open house on Facebook. You're going to get buyer leads with name, email, and phone number all day long. Okay. If you want sellers, you can run ads on Facebook, but you can also run ads on Google, and these will be more expensive leads, but higher quality leads. Oh, I don't have this turned on in this account. Let me go show you. Let me go into our other account. Excuse me. So I asked earlier, has anybody here run an ad on Google? And if you could give me an answer, because I didn't see any, have you run an ad on Google before? And the thing is, like, I talk to agents, not all the time, but I talk to a lot of agents who are paying people a lot of money to run these ads. And that's because you have no idea what the heck is going on in Google. I'll show you what's going on. Because we know what's going on, and we have Google software, just like we have Facebook software. And we've done everything in the background so you don't have to. But I'll show you what you actually had to do inside of Google. So you can go over here, create a Google ad. You either want to do a landing page or a PDF guide. Let's do a PDF guide ad first. And the PDF guide, you want to concentrate on getting listings from Google, not buyers. You want to concentrate on getting buyers from Facebook. So there are 40 PDF guides. Every time you have a PDF guide, there's a landing page that's associated to it. So when we auto post this, or if we're running an ad, there's always a landing page behind it. So I'm going to click create ad on 12 mistakes to avoid. And excuse me, I'm going to type in Walnut Creek again because, I'm interested in that town. And this is what it looks like on a smartphone. This is what it looks like on desktop. Okay. So you see this blue area here. I'm going to click on advanced options. You have to have a lot of keywords. And we know the keywords you should be using. We refresh this every quarter. But you need to know the keywords so that when people type in a question and they put in their keywords, this has a chance of popping up. You see these blue things up here, these blue letters that I'm hovering on? Those are called headlines. You have to write a minimum of 3. We write 8. Okay. So you can write your own headlines if you want. You don't have to use our software to do this, but you should be on Google. And then this section here, these are called descriptions. And you have to write a minimum of 3. We write 4 descriptions. You may not know what to write, right? All we do is help realtors. So we know exactly what to write, and we keep that refreshed. You don't actually have to click on advanced options. You have to decide what tool you want to market, tell Google what city you want to target, recognize there's a $50 a day budget. Over 7 days, that's $350. When they click on it, they're going to land on this page, which we've created for you. And as you can see, they got to fill out this form so they can download for free, right? We have clients. There's somebody in the mastermind group that just said, hey, you know what? We ran this particular PDF guide. We got our own listing from running one ad on Google. Doesn't happen like that every day, but that's exactly how you do it. You could also, like I was doing on Facebook, you could run an ad on a landing page, right? Like I don't have one for Walnut Creek because I'm in a different account here. But let's see, here's more. Let's do Atlanta. So you create a home valuation landing page and you tell us, yeah, I want to drive people to this. So again, we typed in all the keywords. We've done all the headlines and all the descriptions. right? So it's all done automatically for you. You do need to type, in this case, the name of the city, right? And you do need to press create ad, and that's going to create the ad. Now, just we're clicking view link so you can see where we're driving these people. We're driving them to this page, a landing page that we created. But like I said, you can create your own landing pages. So that's really how you want to be using Google, is using Google to get high quality listing leads, not buyer leads. You want to be using Facebook to get buyer leads and seller leads. Not as high of quality, but often 50, 70% cheaper than the Google lead. And a lot of our clients convert Facebook leads. Actually, the majority of our clients don't even run ads on Google. Okay. So I'm going to show you something. This is from a client who they have a team account. They have an office account. They've been working with us for about 2 years, and they're in Texas with LPT. And Brian over here put in a message, and it was basically to share what success he's had, right? And it says, hey, we're running ads on sold properties and we got our own listings. It works if you use it, right? Which is what I was saying earlier. But I want to show you the video that he shared. So this is actually a training video he did for his agents. Now, he's in Conroe, Texas. Okay, so he's in a smaller town. And he's telling the agents, hey, you can run sold ads and get seller leads. We just did that. But he said also in the first half of this video, this home was really effective on Facebook. And we got 114 buyer leads from this. 114. Okay. And in this call right here, in this video, it's 2 minutes long. You can find it on the mastermind group. He says, we converted 4 of those people to buying homes, 4 separate homes. Now, to generate 4 buyer leads, to generate 114 buyer leads cost about $350. And I think the commission on 4 homes in Texas is probably more than $350. So you can see where the ROI comes in, right? But then at the second half of this video, he says, hey, we flipped it to sold. We ran one ad on sold. We got one $4 lead, and their software texts leads. Okay. They text leads. They don't pick up the phone and call leads because nobody wants phone calls from people they don't know anymore. Too many scams in the world, right? He says, yeah, we got a $4 lead from Facebook. Our software texted them. We took that text and we converted that into a phone call at 4 o'clock. And that person wants to sell a home for $400,000 and buy one more for $450,000. That's all from running an ad on a property that was sold, just like this, right? And I asked him, if you go look in the mastermind group and you look at that post, you will see that I asked Brian, did you do anything unique to that? He said, no, I just clicked the button like I'm showing you right now. And I clicked this button. I didn't do anything. I didn't customize anything on this. I just ran it because it says that home is sold. It affects your home value. Click here to get your home value. This is the cheapest way of getting seller lead. Actually, if you ran an ad on a property that is pending or under contract, you might get cheaper leads. Now, that all brings me to a story of, remember how I said you got to text them? This is actually really important. If you're capturing leads, one, you should be running ads on Facebook. It just depends on what you're trying to do. I don't know why you signed up for us. If you're here because you've heard about us for years and now you got a listing and you want to look really awesome, cool. If you're here because you've been in the industry for a while and you want to continue to be in the industry for a while, you need to really concentrate on our Facebook ads because our leads are coming with pre-populated name, email, and phone number. Okay. And if you don't have a phone number, it's going to be real hard for you to convert a lead. You can probably imagine that. So if you are using Facebook, and we definitely recommend you're running one ad a week, at least on Facebook, you can sign up for this AI text follow-up, which currently is about $50. It starts at $50. It'll work up to 50 new leads every month. So basically $1 a lead. So if you're going to be focused on generating 50 new leads with phone numbers every month, you can use our AI text software. It's converting 10% of our leads to a phone call. So if you're capturing leads, you're getting all these phone numbers, You got to think, how am I going to talk to these people? You would think I can call them and they're going to tell you, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Because like I said earlier, nobody wants to talk to somebody they don't know. There's just way too many scams in this world. You know that, Lord, it just never ends. So if you text those leads, and you can do it yourself, but if you're going to generate 50 leads in a month, you're going to have to send 5 or 10 texts to get that person to a phone call, right? Each of them. So if you have time for that, right on, please do that. You will convert more leads. Okay. But if you don't do that, if you don't have time for that, come to our leads page, sign up for our AI text follow-up, and use our AI text. It's converting 10% of these leads to phone calls. And when the person raises their hand and says, hey, can we schedule a call? We email all the information to you, the whole dialogue. So definitely lean on Facebook. And one thing I want to recommend is and I say this for brand new agents, you should have a budget of $200 a month on Facebook. That's 4 $50 ads for 7 days each. Okay. It could be about just listed. It could be about open house. It could be about just sold. It could be about a PDF guide. It could be about a landing page. Each ad is seen by at least 1,000 to 3,000 people. This is awesome for your brand. Okay. And if you're spending $200 a month, you're going to generate between 50 and 100 leads every month. If you're using an AI tech software, that can help you convert those leads. So you're building your brand with Facebook and you're capturing leads with Facebook. That's what you want to be doing. Okay. And that's what I say to a brand new agent who has no business. And if you have no business, you have no budget. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying 200 is a minimum. If you're an agent managing 2 or 3 or 4 listings or 5, you probably already know you need to be spending $300 to $500 a month on 2 to 3 ads every week. And some of those are open house. Some are just listed. Some are sold. Some are a landing page, whatever. Again, your brand is getting built and you're capturing leads. Google, you need to be on Google when you can afford to be on Google and you want high quality listing leads. Then you get on Google. Right. Now, the point of today's class, it is called Top Tool. It's actually called Facebook and Google. Right. And that's all we're talking about today is Facebook and Google. There are a lot of ways to get listings. There are a lot of ways to get buyers, and it doesn't require Facebook and Google. It won't be as effective, but you can do it, and you can do it for free. So there'll be a class next Monday called Get Started. The following Monday, the 21st, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. That's Top Tools for More Listings. I'm going to be on vacation for a little bit here. But all of those classes are on this page, and you can watch them anytime you want. I recommend, I said this at the beginning of the class, I'll repeat it now. Every one of you who wants to grow your business, right? You're a realtor and you want to be here for 3+ years, you should watch 3 or 4 rows of these videos because you will know what we're doing. You will know what our platform can do at that point. And then you will figure out, okay, now that I know how to do this all, what tools do I want to use to increase my business? There's a lot in listings to leads, a lot I did not talk about today. And I don't have time. But we did talk about everything related to Facebook and Google. So I hope that helps you. This call is being recorded. It should be on the mastermind group. If you have any questions, let me know right now. Otherwise, I appreciate you being here and do everything you can to learn how to leverage this powerful platform. There's really nothing as powerful as this. And we've been doing this for 16 years. I know almost every competitor. And if I don't know about them, it's because they're really small, but nobody is doing what we're doing here and capturing the volume of leads that we're capturing for our clients. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Don't forget to lean on the support team if you have questions. If you need a team account, you can go to pricing. You'll see my contact information down there. Vince at Listings to Lead. There's my phone number. Give me a call when you have time if you have questions about a team or brokerage account. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of the week and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.